Can you hear me, man? Yo, welcome to another episode of Unpredictable Thoughts Podcast. Your boy Trouble's in the building, doing the damn thing and not doing anything at all. Started a new year, baby. What am I drinking today? Moscow Mules and yeah, all that good stuff. We ain't doing nothing too slight, something light, nothing too crazy. I want to give a shout out to my homeboy Damon. He had his baby shower today. It's a girl, y'all. It's a girl. I known Damon since shit. I was in high school, so 2014. That's a
Damn,
long.
I forgot you went to high school mad long ago.
Yeah, shit, I did too. So shout out to him, shout out to Johnny, shout out to everybody that made that happen today. I really love that. I'm really honored that I was able to be a part of that and all that good stuff.
Shout out Brick City.
Brick City, what is that? Jersey?
Newark, man.
Oh, Newark.
Yeah, it's Brick City, bro.
Oh yeah.
Red Man, innit?
Yeah. What I was trying to. What is that movie? I think it was either
New Jersey.
Elizabeth.
New Jersey Drive.
No, or Morristown with the robbery with You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. It was a robbery of like some brothers. I think it's called Town.
That's in Boston, man.
This is Boston?
Yeah, that's Boston.
Oh shit, never mind.
Yeah. That's Boston, man.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. Okay, never mind. Hey, scratch it. Scratch that. We talking about something totally different. But if y'all heard who's on the mic, you probably heard him about a year ago. We actually did 2 podcasts.
Yeah, we did. You did it in 2 parts.
Yeah, I split it up in 2. So it was the end of the year podcast, and actually he started the top of the year of the podcast for 2019.
That's weird.
And then now he's starting for the top of the year for 2020.
That's weird.
Shout out to my young lad in the building.
Yo, what's good?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We actually been talking for like 3 hours off the mic, so.
There's always stuff to talk about, man.
I know.
You know what I think it is almost though? Is that because we don't like speak to each other like that often?
Yeah.
Like I don't like call you.
Yeah.
Like we don't speak like on Messenger that much. Like if like we're seeing each other, we'll hit each other via text and like that's it. And then we sit and then we talk.
Yeah.
And
Is that a bad thing? And
I don't think so.
And the reason why I asked that because
so.
I question my ability of like friendships. Like my last podcast, I'm like, damn, maybe I gotta be a better friend of like.
No, I think it's just like
people up.
your friendship is different with different people.
Yeah.
You know? Like even my best friend, like he lives in London, obviously, and I don't talk to him every day.
Yeah.
You know, I talk to him maybe like once a week, just to like check in and see what's good. I don't like do it like that, but it's just like, you know, just see what's going on. That's it.
Maybe it's different.
Relationships are just different with each person, man. You know?
Yeah.
Because we don't have like a dynamic where we like shit talk each other, like how some people have, like how like dudes like do.
Yeah.
You know? Like a lot of dudes that are friends with each other will have like a dynamic where they like the whole theme is like who can shit talk each other the best. Like I'm sure you have that with somebody, at least one person. You probably have that dynamic with at least one person where like you're just like making jokes like on the sly about like when you're like with them. You know, you just have different dynamics with different.
I don't know.
people.
Maybe I just like the in-person aspect versus the digital.
I mean, it's better, really.
Yeah,
because it does give you so much more shit to talk about. I don't think I talk to anybody really like that much, like on like social media or anything like that. It'll be like little comments or little messages here and there, but I'm not like. I don't. Well, another thing, I don't talk on the phone. Ever. I never talk on the phone. I don't talk to nobody else. My mother gets pissed because I don't call nobody. Ever. Don't speak to people on the phone.
Why is that? Just you grew up or?
No, I just don't, man. I'm just like busy doing what I'm doing, and I just don't think like to call anybody. Like I don't do it on purpose. Like I just don't. I don't pick up the phone to call people and just talk to people. Like I don't FaceTime. I don't do none of that. I do when I'm like, if I'm like overseas, but like my mother's like 30 minutes from here. Like, you know, I'm not doing none of that.
But even those relationships, I mean, we were kind of hitting on this earlier, just like people being so close and still not seeing them versus people so far away. You could see them at the drop of a dime.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think it's just how the different dynamic of like military people versus civilians, man.
I think I could probably go deeper.
You think so?
I want to say college. I want to probably implement college people.
Do they do that?
I don't know.
I guess they do that because my boy just went down to Atlantic City and for New Year's or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's like basically become like a thing that he's like probably gonna do like every year, like for like a while, because like that's the only time that he sees like his boys from school, because like they're all from like South Jersey, but he lives up here like in North Jersey.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. So
NEW Jersey where plenty murders occur. But yeah, so I was having a conversation and I deemed it as like people in the military and then people in college.
Mm-hmm.
They both go through something, right?
Totally.
And what I mean by that is like everybody in the military, we all go through boot camp.
Yes.
We all go through boot camp. It's the hardest shit we ever been through at that time due to us.
It's different for you guys though. It's harder for you guys.
Oh yeah.
They make it harder for you guys.
Yeah, they make it harder for us.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
But especially for all the men that are going to be sitting behind computers the whole time.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know why.
But then also for the people that go to college, it's just like that camaraderie builds to where it's like you're in a whole different place.
Yeah.
For those that probably branch out to college, but it's like you really don't have, speaking for college only,
Yeah.
you may not have a lot of money.
Yeah.
So you spend a lot of your time partying with friends,
Yeah.
scavenging money to get like a fifth of E&J or 99 bananas or 4 Locos, and y'all split it. So it's like that bond is there versus us in the military. It's just like, you know, we all go through boot camp. We may have a shitty ass week of going to formations and all that other stuff. And what we do, we drink.
But their thing in college doesn't compare to ours, though.
It's not compared, but it still builds camaraderie compared to someone that.
Do you want to know why? Because mad people have gone to college. Mad people understand the college experience.
College to graduate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, go to college and just do a couple classes. You're not really building that camaraderie to where, like, yo, our freshman year to our senior year.
Yo, actually, do you know what? You should go and listen to this one interview of this guy it's an interview of like an army recruiter or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he's basically talking about how it's harder to join the military than it is to go to college. And the person that's interviewing him is kind of like, looks at him cross-eyed, and he's kind of like, what are you talking about? He's like, why? And he's like, why do you think that? And he's like, well, I mean, think about it. Like, to go in the military, you know, we don't take everybody. If you have one little small minor like thing that doesn't fit with what the military is like wants, then you're not going.
Yeah.
If you want to go to let's say you want to go to like a specific school and you don't get in, you can still go to college. You just go to a different school.
Yeah.
If you don't get, let's say you submit applications to go to 4 different universities, you don't get into one of them, you can still go to county. You can still go to college.
Yeah.
But if your main mission in life was to join the military, but you busted your leg some type of way, and now that's going to prevent you from doing certain things in the military. Like, they're not taking you.
Oh yeah, because
it's over for you.
It is certain injuries that all branches will not.
Bro,
take.
Even years ago, like tattoos, they weren't taking certain people if you had certain types of tattoos.
Yeah, even the army, and they'd take everybody.
I know, man.
Right? They take the thugs of the thugs.
Yes, exactly.
They take the thugs of the thugs.
I mean, realistically, like it's true.
Yeah,
it's weird to think about because, some people, I guess, like to be like, oh, well, you just joined because whatever.
Signed your line, signed your name on the dotted line, and just swore in twice.
Yeah, so.
Like,
it is harder.
Yeah, but overall.
Because they're more selective.
Yeah, but overall, it's the camaraderie that's built. So, those two entities compared to someone that doesn't go to college, nothing wrong with it.
No, of
But
course not.
someone that just like right after high school goes to work, it's like,
Do people do that though now?
yeah.
You
From
think
my
so?
understanding, I don't know what's the path of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, like,
I
what
would
do
like
you-
to talk to someone.
I feel like like now you
And I want-
can't even really do that. Like, well, if you have like goals, if you want to like do stuff,
Yeah.
can you really just graduate high school and then? I guess you could, if you
What-
like start like ground level. Like, I mean, this is a stupid example, but like ground level, like McDonald's thing,
Yeah.
and you like build yourself up that way.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
I'm sure
those
that
people,
happens.
when we look at it in a camaraderie aspect, it's like those people within your shift or whatnot winds up leaving.
Yeah, totally.
So it's like
Yeah.
where the fucking camaraderie is like, yeah, we all. This is our 1,000 fry right here, 1,000 fry batch or whatnot. Are y'all all gonna have a party on that? Like them people probably already fucking left. That the
Yeah.
ones that was on the 500 batch and your first batch. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. It was overall. It's like always see, or I not always see. I have seen the camaraderie based on the background, and what I mean by that, the background after high school of the folks that joined the military, went to college versus the ones that didn't, and it's so crazy because the ones that didn't, their friendship circle is much smaller to minimum versus the ones that did.
Oh yeah.
And the ones that did, it's like, yo, when it comes to their friends and their friends of family and things of that nature, they will ride out.
Yeah.
And the ones that didn't, it's just like, I mean, I have some that didn't, and you know, hey, when I'm like, yo, let's do something, they down. But I got some other ones, and you could probably attest to this. This is like, yo, you know, we've been in the same area 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, let's go do something. And they flake out, they bluff, and
Yep. 1,000%. It happens all the time.
yeah, and they just take it for granted. And it's like,
Yeah,
yo,
totally.
I wonder why. What is that aspect of them taking it for granted versus the other ones that you built that camaraderie?
Because they don't ever have the experience of like not just being able to go like hang out with that person or see that person. You know, we go through like what? When's the last time I seen you? Like a year.
Yeah. It was right before New Year's actually,
ago.
and today is.
But I see you, and I talk like I saw you yesterday.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
we
Like,
talked
it's-
3 hours
Yeah,
before this
exactly.
podcast.
So like it's easy, you know. But it's like we take these moments and like really like appreciate them.
Yeah.
You know? So like it's just more. I think it's more like appreciation for like spending time with that other person. You know.
Yeah, so
They don't
appreciate
They don't appreciate the time.
Yeah,
You know? They have no appreciation of just time in general. Maybe I don't know. Like of another person's time.
Yeah.
You know? Time is the most valuable asset. Like some people say, it's true. Totally, it's true.
It doesn't matter
You
how
can't
much
get
money.
Like you can get like everything else you can get back. You can't get time back, man.
Time and experiences.
So
Time equals experience to me.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Damn, that's crazy. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very. Hey, don't be taking time for granted. That's all I gotta say
man.
for all these people. Like, because
Take that trip, buy those sneakers, all of that, man.
yeah, spend time with those folks because you never know. And it's not like you gotta bug that person to death to spend time with them. It's like
That's annoying. That's long. I don't like doing that, man.
yeah,
No, I'm not.
It's a quick. Are you busy? Are you trying to do this? Yes or no?
See, that's what it is for me. And I know you understand that. Other people don't understand that. And like it's like if something doesn't fit within their like little program of what they're doing for the day, then it's not gonna happen. You know,
That's tell me no.
Yeah, but they don't. They don't. They won't. Like one of my best friends from high school is like this all the time. I talk to him all the time. All the time. We're texting all the time about making plans.
Oh,
and
no.
guess what? The plans never happen.
Mm.
It's almost as if we're like still almost appreciating the fact that we're like still talking to each other and still like almost making the effort to even like try to hang out.
Mm.
Right? But we never do. I haven't seen him in months.
Do you?
I've seen him. I've probably seen him the same amount of times that I've seen you in this past year.
I mean, it's first
He's
time
one of
for
my
the year.
boys. Like I got like he's like one of like my he's one of my homies from high school, and he's like one of my boys, and he always will be. But it's like they just the way that they view it is just completely different, man.
They think he may be going through something that
I don't
a
know.
year though.
I don't think so. Like I mean, I've probably seen him like twice. In a year.
Damn.
Yeah. Dude, he lives like 30 minutes from here.
Oh.
Yeah. And you live 3 hours from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, man. Speaking of which, though, I am trying to come down to Baltimore, man, because I've never been there.
Come through.
So I'm gonna go. I was actually, because me and the lady didn't have no plans for New Year's or anything like that. I was like, fuck, I should have gone down there, man. Yeah, no. So we literally sat here and chilled. And
I was at a senior tie event.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's the Gala in DC.
Oh yeah, word. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I want to come down.
That's my thing.
I want to do a weekend down there. I want to hit Baltimore and I want to hit DC just because it's close as well. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like just for like a night out or something. I don't need to like stay in DC. But like just like go there, you know. I haven't been there in years.
All right, yeah, let's do that.
I think the last time I went down there was with my brother.
Let me hit my uncle out because the train or whatnot. I think Amtrak comes this way.
Yeah, 1000%. Yeah.
That one
right there. I don't know if it goes. Amtrak goes right there, but I could go to New York. It's like New York's not that far.
You can go to Newark.
Yeah, I could go. To New York. Yeah. Newark's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Let's do that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that'd be vibes.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna get all my friends.
I'm trying to drink some Natty Boh in that, bro.
Oh.
Yeah.
We got the Guinness factory out there. I don't know if you drink Guinness.
Word?
Yeah.
I don't, but I'll drink it at the factory.
Yeah. We got a Guinness and we got a Spirit Shindig factory. I don't know I don't know. It's some Guinness shit, but yeah. Oh yeah, I want to do that.
What part of Baltimore do you live in? Not that I know anything about Baltimore. Is it like in Baltimore or is it like a suburb of Baltimore?
The suburbs. So Baltimore. So they got Baltimore City, then Baltimore County. I'm in the county.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That city. Yeah. Baltimore County. I mean, and I remember one time I did a podcast. Well, I wasn't doing a podcast, but I was talking to somebody about it, and they was like, "Oh, you know, you in the county." I'm like, "And?"
Yeah.
Like,
why is there like beef? Is it like neighborhood beef or no?
I don't know. I'm older, so but
you're not involved.
Yeah, I'm not involved, but it's just like, why deem the county? Why deem me for making myself a better individual? The county
just because of that. What do you mean? That's why. Yeah,
but it's like the city
because you grew out of it.
Yeah,
you did something different. But at the same time, you also have to think about like, what if you never joined the military?
Oh,
would you still be doing the same shit, or do you think you would be doing some other shit?
I don't know.
See, like me, if I didn't join the military, like I would be a proper lowlife, in my opinion. I think the military was a very important choice to make for me, because that's what really like put me, like all the typical things that they say what the military will do to you. Mm-hmm. Like, yes, all of those things happened. Like, it straightened me out, gave me a lot of drive. Mm-hmm. Like, not that I was ever someone to buy into everything they were trying to, like, make me subscribe to.
Yeah.
But it gave me certain tools to succeed and gave me certain people to show me how to succeed, you know?
Yeah, because you're only as strong as your environment.
I could be shown how to succeed, but be like, all right, cool, thank you for all that information. I'm still not going to listen to you because your shit is bullshit. Yeah. Like this other part of it, like the military, because there's so many bullshit things of the military. But like, yeah, cool, thank you for this information, but I'm not going to listen to this other shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So that's like how I did it. That's how I went through the whole thing about it. I was like, cool, this information is good. I fuck with that, this, that, and the third. This other shit over here, I don't fuck with that. So I'm just going to keep this part and take that into my new life when I leave here.
Yeah. I think it helped. Like, I've always been a curious person, but like, I think some of due to the environment, I ain't gonna say like I grew up in the roughest of the roughest. Like my mother worked, so. But I think the environment I was in, of like trying to seek knowledge, they may have not been able to help me succeed to the greatest level of knowledge that I wanted.
Yeah.
And I think I'd have probably just been stuck. But I do appreciate everybody I came in contact with in life prior to the military
Yeah.
and out of the prior to the military, in the military, and out of the military. So I don't know. Like maybe I would just say I don't think I would have been as knowledgeable as I've been now due to the fact of you will wind up adapting to your environment to where it's just like
Totally.
motherfuckers be like, yo, fuck college. You like, yo, fuck college. You don't even know why. And I said this, it was one class.
I agree, by the way. Like, literally, fuck college. Like, I agree. I go.
Yeah.
But I totally agree. Like, college, in my opinion, is like the biggest scam running.
Yeah.
In this country, especially, man.
It's the biggest scam, but
okay, here's a good question. If the military wasn't paying for you to go, would you go?
Nope.
No way.
Nope.
No way. Absolutely
Hell
not.
no.
No way. Because I'm not going into all that debt.
Yeah.
Because honestly, what college is giving you is not worth that debt.
Yeah.
Regardless. Like, I mean, I guess unless, like, you know, you're going to be a doctor or something
but
like
even
that.
with doctors, I seen something to where, was it NYU, Purdue?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a doctor college? I don't fucking know.
I have no idea.
But they wound up waiving all tuition. They just got paid
really?
for room and board or whatnot.
Madness.
But the key word hopes is to have maybe one day that doctor may encounter somebody that can't pay, and they wind up paying for their treatment or something to that nature.
Well, I'm just saying, even like think about how many programs that universities offer that job that program is for, or that field or whatever it is, you are never gonna make that money back for what that education is costing.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So like, okay, like for like doctors, lawyers, like certain like practices like that, like I understand that because like even if, well, I'm in my mind anyway, I'm assuming anyway, like I'm thinking that even if you wind up spending, let's say like $200,000 to get your education, like I would hope within your career that as a doctor you're gonna make that back and then some.
Yeah, I was about to say,
you know
and then some. Like,
so, like,
yeah.
But bro, think about some of the silliness that people be going to school for.
But it's like compound interest on that shit too, right? Like per semester.
Yeah, well, depending on what type of loan you get or something, right? Yeah, I was just talking about that with my girl the other day. Like, depending on what type of loan you get, like that's something how like that dictates like what type of interest you pay or whether you pay interest at all or some shit like that. Like, I don't know.
Sacrifices, baby.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I go to college. I don't even know why. Like,
because you think you should go. Because no, you should go because they're paying for you to go.
Well, they pay.
So like, why wouldn't you go?
Yeah, why wouldn't?
Why wouldn't you go?
Yeah.
Especially for military people that get the GI Bill, like they're paying you to go.
Why not?
Not only are they paying for the school for the semester or whatever, but you're literally getting money in your pocket to go.
For the free.
Yes. Like,
you get paid way more than you were in.
They're paying you a wage
to
go.
Like, here's your job. Go to school.
Like, state of New Jersey. Well, North Jersey anyway. Like, if you go to school in North Jersey, they're paying you a housing allowance of, $2,600 a month to go. So why wouldn't you go? Yeah. If it's available. And even then, if you want to if you want to work at a bar and bartend or some shit like that, like, just think about I think about it from, like, a financial perspective, like, of why I go. But there's no way in hell I would ever go if I had to pay for it.
Oh, hell no.
No way.
I use my experience.
No way, man.
I just use my fucking experience for that.
Like, even if like somebody was to come to me and be like, okay, cool, I get why you're going, but regardless of all of that, like you should go just for what, like, you know, XYZ, blah blah blah. I'm like, cool. I would hear that, and it's probably making a decent point even, but like, yeah, cool. But the only thing that, like, my incentive to go is because of the money. You know, like I need incentive to do
Yeah.
most of everything I do. You know what I'm saying? If there's no incentive, I'm not going to do it. So
Agree. And you say that, and it's like, I would go to college, but my schedule, my credits would be so fucked up due to the fact that I'll only be taking certain classes. I wouldn't take all these electives. I'm like, this sounds interesting. Let me get this.
yeah,
This sounds interesting. Let me get this.
yeah,
And that'd probably be the only reason that I would go. Like if I had to pay, but
right.
the American way, it wouldn't grant me my degree. So
Yeah, I mean,
I'd just be SOL.
I mean, American education is poor in like comparison to other countries, anyways.
Yeah. I heard, well, India has like the best education system, but they go like all year round.
I don't know. Yeah, they don't. I've heard that
Yeah.
before. I'm not like totally like.
Yeah, I
informed
remember
on the
you telling me
subject, but-
we were younger. Damn, it's weird saying that. I just felt the vibe.
I know. Do you know what's weird is that I think when I met you, you were what, 25? I think, or 24.
23.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah.
23, 22 actually.
Yeah. Yeah. It must have been. Yeah, because I was 19.
Yeah.
That's mad. Because I'm 26 now.
Yeah, I'm 29.
madness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I remember you was like the UK, the London education system. Y'all
Definitely
learn,
better.
yeah, a
Definitely
lot
better.
more. Y'all learn about every religion.
Yeah,
And I always
yeah,
just found
just
that.
in regular school, like primary school. You
Yeah.
learn about stuff like that.
I always
They
found
teach
that
religion.
so dope.
Yeah, it is dope because I mean, this is how you have so many people that like are just ignorant and don't know shit about other people or like what they're doing because like why would they know?
Yeah.
Why would you know about Islam or Hinduism or anything like that? You've never been taught anything about it.
Yeah.
So, but it's outrageous because you're gonna come into contact. If you live in an area like this, like in North Jersey, like you're gonna come into contact with people that are that.
Yeah.
So it's like, why wouldn't you learn about it? You know. So.
Do you think it's the system is the way it is due to the fact of like they kind of, I don't know if I'm even saying this right, if this would come off right.
I mean, it could have to do with like just in general, like American like white supremacy. It could have something to do with that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, our whole system is founded on like it's totally like a white supremacist system.
Yeah, farmers. So that's why. So the only reason I say the farming system is because that's the reason why we're out. Those 3 months, 3 to 4 months of the summer, because those 3 months or 4 months of the summer, was it 3?
I don't know.
Oh, whatever fucking number it is.
Yeah.
We're out because way back then, that's when we used to do all the fucking crops and all that stuff. So that was the reasoning.
That's weird. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I found that out like a year or 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I think that's
strange.
probably why maybe the breaks in between, give or take, as well. I'm not too sure. Like the Christmas, spring, Thanksgiving. I don't know. I ain't going to even go into but I know for a fact the summer is that way for a fucking reason.
That's weird.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. But how you been? It's been a year.
I'm
whole
good, man. I
fucking
mean,
year.
I'm good. I'm kind of still,
Got your associates. I know you don't want to brag about that, but
because I don't think it really is anything.
yeah.
Some people will be like, "Oh, well, it's an accomplishment." I'm like, "Oh, it's not to me. It's really not."
Yeah.
Because I mean, is even in this day and age, like, is a bachelor's degree really an accomplishment? Everyone has one.
No, it's like the associates is almost like 13th grade.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I think it is.
And that's why when we talk about, I know we ain't gonna get into politics, but when they talk about like presidential candidates, and they's like, "Oh, we should make college education free." I'm like, no, I'm good.
You don't think so?
No,
I do. I think so. I totally do.
You water out the accomplishment at the end of the day. Maybe associates level. Now,
I only think that it should be
bachelor's, master's, doctors, no.
I only think that it should be available to people because most jobs require it still now. Which it's starting to slow down, and a lot of companies are starting to not require it, but a lot of jobs still do. So I mean, with an overwhelming amount of positions still requiring that, in order for you to get an entry level position, like how is that then something? So what you basically are having to pay to get a job.
In a sense. So
Like,
I will
so,
say, that's why I agreed to associates.
yeah.
I will say associates level, 13th grade.
I'm not saying you should get to go to fucking like MIT
Okay.
or Harvard or none of that.
Yeah.
I'm saying it should literally be like military shit. Like how they give to us, like they should just give to people in general. Like you get money to go. That's it. Not get paid to go like we do,
Yeah.
but like they pay for it.
Yeah.
So
But at all levels, though?
maybe up to a certain level. Maybe up to like a bachelor's level. I don't know about masters
Yeah.
or any of that because like that's different. But they would but I don't know because then maybe if you start paying for all the bachelors, then it's like, oh well, now you need a master's to get a job. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it just never ends. So why don't we just go back to not needing it?
As far as
in order to get a job.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't be, because honestly, is that like I know so many motherfuckers that graduated college that are retarded. You know what I'm saying? So like,
can we say that word in 2020? I don't know. Whatever.
Probably not.
I don't know.
Probably have to edit that out.
We apologize.
Yeah, I apologize.
Yeah.
That are stupid.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't like. Do you really base intelligence off of that?
I don't know.
Like
I don't know if they
off of whether you're college educated or not.
I don't know if it's intelligence or is it dedication. And the only reason why I say dedication is like, yes, you're in a structured environment from K through 12. Then college level is kind of freeform in a sense. To where like you may have a class on Monday, you may have a class on Wednesday at 6, you may have a class at 3. Compared to the structured environment, you're at a school to where it's like, all right, you be there at 8:45 and you're done at 2:15 or whatnot.
Yeah.
Now the college levels, okay, this is the dedication. How bad do you really want it? We breaking your classes up like that. For entry level associates, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Bachelors and above, higher education. You gotta pay. That's it.
Yeah, man.
That's it.
I understand,
That's it. Now
To me, it's just such a joke.
it is a scam. I will
it's
say
just,
that.
Like it's just so much money.
Yeah.
Well, also just because of like how much money they charge for most of these
It's
schools.
crazy.
Like up here, like Rutgers is like $20,000 a semester.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's higher.
Yeah. So $20,000 a semester.
Damn, higher than 20 grand, huh?
So
That's a new car every year.
I think
every semester.
I think Seton Hall, which is private, is $40 a semester.
What is the goddamn
Seton Hall is like a known, like, well known, like respected university.
What comes out of that though?
I don't know. I don't know. That's what I mean. I don't know. Well, I mean, college wasn't meant for us to go. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was not meant for ordinary working class people to go. It never was. My grandfather didn't go to college. I guarantee yours didn't either.
No, they didn't. They were at the war.
Yeah.
World War One and World War Two.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my grandfather was in Korea.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't going to college. So.
Dang, that's crazy. Fun fact, I just learned it.
The only people that went to college, I'm sorry to call you, but the
Yeah.
only people that went to college in my grandfather's day were, people that lived on the hill, people that had money.
Oh, shit. Baldwin Hill, shout out to y'all.
Like seriously, like my grandparents used to tell me like how my grandparents are from West Orange.
Mm-hmm.
It's like right outside Newark, and like my grandmother would like tell me stories about like how like her one teacher like in elementary school would like only call the students that were rich kids like by their first name.
Oh
And like
shit!
she
The
would call,
disrespect.
and yeah, super disrespectful. She would call all like the kids that lived at the bottom of the hill like by their last name. So she would call my grandmother like by her last name.
Mm.
So like I remember my grandmother like oh dude, it's like right in my mind right now. It's crazy too. Like she would do this voice of like how their teacher would like say her name like this nasty way, like O'Rourke, like because my grandmother's like it's like first gen like Irish immigrant,
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
and yeah, man. So I mean, it's like they weren't doing that. They weren't going to college like that. They were just graduating from high school and then getting right into the workforce. Or like you said, like my grandfather as well, like joining the army.
Yeah.
So
So I learned three things. So I learned that the SATs were originally for military. It was like the ASVAB to whether or not to put people on the front line or not.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I learned, and it wound up magnifying to the SATs.
That's crazy.
And then I also learned
That makes more sense though.
yeah,
Actually, when you really kind of think about it.
yeah, doing those time frames.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. Also learned my great grandmother, she had 2 master's degrees, right?
Mm-hmm.
But come to find out, during that time frame, so we talking about the 30s, 40s, 50s, or whatnot. Like a master's degree really only equaled up to what now is an 8th grade education.
Wow.
8th to 12th grade education.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
So I forgot the third thing. But yeah,
That's crazy.
like
dude.
once you start to really break
Like,
down how the
really
world is,
delve into it.
yeah.
That's madness, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So I'm like, yo, what was the education like
Yeah, I don't know.
way back then? But you
Who
also
knows?
it's probably really dumb, and the only reason I say this because it's just like, you know how much money we wasted on racism. If you break this down for us,
Explain this to me. This is interesting. I want to hear this.
So for us to be like a whites only bathroom,
Right.
mind you, had male and female whites
Right.
only, right? Then you had blacks or
Right.
others,
Right.
a male and female bathroom. That's 4 fucking bathrooms
Yep.
compared to now to
That's true.
McDonald's only having 2.
Yep.
That's a lot of fucking money
And
being
they want it
wasted.
to be one now.
And they wanted to be fucking
Yeah.
1. That's a lot of money that we wasted. Way
Oh,
back
totally.
then. Yeah.
I mean, I think that especially like the southern governments of all those states that were like, I think they were about it though. I think they were like, all right, this is gonna cost us some more money, but I mean, we can't. Obviously, we cannot be doing this. So it's like
We gotta separate all y'all.
So, I mean, it was preposterous to them.
Yeah, but it's like,
So,
why?
It's true though, man. It's madness. I didn't think about it that way. It's true.
I always think
Like
about
just
that.
how much more money you have to waste and have to spend to like just to be ignorant. Like it's mad. like it's really crazy.
Imagine the
How much-
signs, the work labor.
yeah, everything.
Hey, project management, Lean Six Sigma would not have that now.
The maintenance of the signs.
Yeah.
And the toilet. Fucking hell.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's
So
funny.
and I also thought about I was like, yo, a lot of people like, yeah, we blame the South for racism, but
I mean, it's up here too, 1,000%.
people don't really realize the North has something involved into that shit. The North
totally.
influenced the
Yeah.
South a lot.
Totally, but the only difference that I see is that we just never had Jim Crow. You know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
which is literally like that was law, like written into law.
yeah.
you know? I think that's kind of what makes it different because obviously, like there were slaves held here up until a certain point.
Correct.
you
Yeah.
know? So I mean, like, and obviously racism has been rampant up here as well. I mean, think about even like New York, like 40 years ago. I mean, like
It's crazy being
I mean, like how it's still up here. It's very segregated up here, man. I mean, think about your drive from where you just were tonight to here.
it was very different.
Think about that. Think about that, and think about the
I'm in Summit,
Summit,
New Jersey.
and think about the
You heard?
income inequality
Mm.
that you literally experienced in a 20-minute drive. like literally like 10 miles.
Yeah, that shit remind me of Baltimore City, then
Yeah.
going to Reisterstown, Maryland. Like,
Yeah.
snap of the fingers.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, these nice.
I mean, dude, this town is like one of the wealthiest like in America. Like not even the state, like America. Like it's crazy.
Last time I was
mad
here,
money
I was
around
looking
here.
up places here.
Yeah,
I was like, this shit nice as
I mean,
fuck.
it's super nice. I
Yeah.
like it. I'm into it, but it's too much. Like for me, it's like too much of like a family type town. Like I'm not into that part of it. Like I need a bit more. Like
they're probably like very structured. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not for someone like me.
Yeah.
You know? Like I don't fit in here.
You need
know?
Yeah.
So I don't.
I
don't play tennis. Like I don't.
go tanning every Tuesday at 10.
Yeah, I don't play lacrosse.
Yeah.
Like I don't wear like a sweater like tied on my neck
with the
like,
scarf like
yeah, that's not me. But it is nice. Like it's nice. It's also nice to like in comparison to like other areas that I've just lived like throughout my life. It's nice to just like walk out and just know that you've got like no like worry in the world.
It remind me overseas.
So yeah, but even in like certain areas in like Catania and like Sicily,
I know it's a little ranky.
It gets sketchy in certain areas down there. You know what I mean? But like over here, like
dude, I drive for $20. Have you seen it? Oh, here you go.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I kind of feel like it is over here. Like you could leave I could leave like my wallet on like my front porch and probably find it like in an hour. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like still there.
Somebody fucking
still
Facebook
there,
message
still there,
you, Instagram you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Take it to your job.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
man. It's crazy.
But it's been a year since I've been up here.
Yep.
I don't even know where to begin.
You like it up here in Jersey?
Driving through, I haven't really experienced the day-to-day life, so
yeah, that's true. It's cool, man. I like it.
Yeah. It's been a year since
it gets to me. It pisses me off sometimes. Like I think about like wanting to move to somewhere else sometimes, but I do like it. I think I like how much of like New York culture is like here, and like how that kind of like dictates like how the culture is here.
But everything's very convenient with this being a smaller town, right? You could.
Well, we're in Union County right now, and Union County is kind of weird, man. Like it's like a collection. Like there's no real big city here. Like Elizabeth is like the biggest city here. It's really not that big though. Like it's Union County overall is like a collection of like towns.
Okay.
And it's just cool, man. There's like mad towns here with like downtown areas and like shit going on and like there's just like stuff to do, man.
Yeah.
Like you don't like it's so like crazy. Like I don't understand how certain people live in places where there's just like nothing going on. Like when I'm like in the sticks, like I'm uncomfortable. I'm really uncomfortable. Like when I'm like for example, when my girlfriend's sister got married, we were staying at this Airbnb, and it's in Pennsylvania. And
shout out to Scranton.
Pennsylvania, dude, is like, it's wild, bro. Like how like different it is compared to here. And it's crazy because Pennsylvania's right there from here. Like it's like my brother lives there. Like, it's close, you know. But it's the sticks in certain parts out there, man. And we're so like
what part?
I forget. It was near like what town was it? Doylestown. So Doylestown, yeah. So but we're staying like
don't they got Doyle's, Delaware?
I don't know.
No, whatever.
Maybe. There's a Newark in Delaware.
Yeah.
But anyway, like we're staying like somewhere like outside like there, and it's like an Airbnb out there, but it's like an Airbnb, but it's like on or like near like a farm, and there's just nothing around, bro. God. The only thing that's next to it, the only thing that's next to it is like I don't know, some like white like church, like Protestant church or Presbyterian or whatever the fuck it is, dude. And it's just like fucking like I feel more nervous out there than like I do in like
the city,
like a dodgy neighborhood.
Oh shit!
Because at least there's like concrete around, and like fucking. I can like get a cab and like get the fuck out of here.
You can see pigeons.
Yeah, like it's fucking like that shit. You know what it is? I think it's because of like horror movies. That's what puts it in my mind. Because like the horror shit is always in like some fuck all town, There's like nothing going on.
Yeah.
And it's like, of course, like that's where it's happening.
You see the wheats.
Yeah. Just like
Everything blowing to the right.
Yeah.
The sun going down.
The towns where like people like aren't locking their door and shit. Like I'm not into that.
Yeah. The crazy part is like if we really look at the math in life, like people ain't really start locking doors until like the 70s.
That's wild.
60s.
Dude. That's wild.
Yeah, maybe 50s if that. But
you should see me when I leave every day. How many times I check to make sure that my door is locked?
I'm the same way.
It's absurd.
I'm the same
way.
Dude,
I will. I guess it's like OCD, but it's like dude. I will literally walk downstairs, walk halfway around the block, like if. I think for 1 second that door is not locked. The littlest inkling. I'm walking my ass all the way back upstairs to make sure that shit is locked. Like, dude, I like do this weird thing where I'm like twisting the doorknob like a million times.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I'm the same way. And even if I twist it, I come back into the house, check everything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I have a system, dude. Yeah. I literally have a system of how I check my place before I leave. I literally will like walk up my little few stairs. I'll walk in my bedroom, make sure everything's good to go in there. Close that door. Once I've closed that door,
properly.
I know. Yeah,
it's probably secured.
Exactly, dude. That one's secured. Then I do the same thing in the bathroom. I go in the bathroom, do my little check in there, close that door.
Yeah.
Now there's no door in the kitchen. That's kind of a problem. So that's one. So that one gets checked the most times because there's nothing to make sure that shit is secure. So I look in that shit, do my little checks and shit. Once that whole area of the fucking apartment is good, I come out to the living room, check this shit, and then I can make my way.
Van moves.
Yeah.
But you gotta check the one downstairs too.
Yeah, I check that one too. That one I'm not as stressed about.
Okay.
Because at least if that one's not locked, there's another.
Yeah.
You know, there's more reinforcements.
There we go.
So that's how I am.
Yeah. So how you been liking the civilian life? It's been what, 2 years?
It's going on 3.
3 years. Last year was 2.
Yeah, it'll be 3 years next month.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I love it, man. It's funny. I think about it just because of even like all this World War III chat. I start to like I don't think anything's actually gonna happen. But
nah,
because
I like the jokes of it.
Yeah, I think it's funny. But like, how many other times have they like said the same thing? And there's been memes going all around the same shit. Like, this has happened. I think this is like the 3rd time that this has happened since I've been out. Like where people have been like, "Oh, you might get called back in, man. Like it might happen to you." I'm like, it's not happening, dude. But to be honest, even if I did, I don't think I would be that angry because I'm just so much older now.
Yeah. You know what you signed up for when you was at 18.
Yeah, and
you did your little break. It is what it is.
I would go in with a completely like different mentality, I think, even now. I think if I went in now, I would probably be a lot more successful.
Yeah.
And be able to like stay longer.
Navigate.
Without
tolerate the bullshit.
Yeah, without like going nuts. Whereas then
you just let everything get to you.
Oh my god, like this is so nuts.
Just let everything get to you. So, it is a long-term game. As far as this whole World War III chat, I mean, I find all the memes funny. I will say too, because some of my military buddies don't find it funny. I could agree. Like
why?
I don't know, but
would anybody really be like? This is the way.
Because there is people out there that may lose their lives or have lost their lives on Iran, so they are American.
Yeah, that's true.
Cool, I understand that. But some of y'all that's hey, you know, all uptight with it in the military. Some of y'all motherfuckers scared to deploy. Like I know a couple people that's been in longer than me, or just as long as me, or under me, and they talk all this like, yo, it ain't funny. We got people over there. Yeah, bitch ain't never deployed or you fucking duck deployment. And it's like, man, as soon as they yelled deployment when I got to Hawaii, I was like, I'm trying to go. What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't no front line. Goddamn waving the gun. I ain't signing up for a grunt unit. Yeah. I'm like, yo, I still go. I'm like, yo, what's up? I wanted to go again right before I left Hawaii.
Yeah, of course. Shit. I mean, when I joined, I never deployed when I was in. But when I joined, like, I thought that was just part of the deal. like that you deployed. Like
Yeah.
the Navy especially. Like we're on ships, you're gonna deploy. Guess
Yeah.
what? You're gonna be out the ship. You're gonna be on the ship for 6 months. Guess
Yeah.
what? Like I knew that going in.
Yeah.
Like I was already. I mean, dude, I had been the kid sitting at home waiting for those people to come home. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So like
Yeah.
I knew that that was part of the routine. Like it was crazy, really, when I didn't. Honestly,
Yeah, he's
I
like,
was
"What?"
more surprised that that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Because like once I'd finished my 3 years in Sicily or whatever, and then it was time to like decide whether I'm staying in or getting out. And then I was like, all right, I'm getting out. And then they're like, all right, cool, you're gonna stay here for another 7 months until you like go to Norfolk to out process. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But then it's like when you think about it in hindsight, it's like, damn, like you never deployed. You were in the Navy for 4 years and never were on a ship.
Yeah, but it also depends on what was going on in America during that time frame as well. So
These were Obama years, man.
yeah, so
I was only in the military for like not even a month of Trump.
yeah,
So because I got out in January of 17. So that's the month you got inaugurated.
yeah.
So
It is what it is. But hey, like I tell everybody, man, or I'm telling everybody, like, look, some people find it funny, some people don't. It is what it is. But like, let's not get it twisted. Some of the
but how are
uptight-
military people not gonna think it's funny? Like with how we are, like we think everything's funny.
we have a very
we think
very,
everything's funny that's not funny.
Yeah, we dark side.
Like to most people, are like horrified by like shit that comes out of our mouth. Yeah. And with like the way that we talk.
Some of them some people that never deploy or just scared to deploy. I don't know. And not to say
Being
like,
scared to deploy is weird to me. I guess I'm kind of in a weird spot to say that because I've never deployed. But like that was never something that was like fearful for me ever.
I was weirded out, and I was weirded out in the aspect of because I asked for it, and then the shit actually happened, and I don't even know what to fucking expect. And the people I deployed with kept on talking about Iraq.
Yep.
And at one point, I was with like a E3. Yeah, what was that? Lance Corporal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, can y'all stop talking about Iraq? Because Iraq and Afghanistan are two different places. Like, we're all going, because at that point, everybody that we went with never been to Afghanistan. And I was like, yes, that could probably help, but sometimes I like going into situations just open-minded.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so I'm like, let's stop talking about Iraq because Afghanistan is two different places. And
I mean, maybe I never had that kind of thinking about like that because I never had even thought about the possibility of going to Iraq or Afghanistan. Because I was always like, I'm joining the Navy, I'm going to be on a ship, I'm not going to be going to Iraq or Afghanistan.
Yeah.
So it's like, I was like, my vision or my idea of what deployment was going to be was just like, all right, you're going to be on the ship, you're going to be working 6 days a week, and you're going to be working 12-hour shifts, and you're going to be standing watch.
Yeah.
And that was it, really.
Yeah.
You know? And my idea about it was like, I know it's happened, obviously, but who's really gonna fuck with one of our ships? I know it's happened.
Yeah.
It has happened.
But we learned
but
from it.
But do you really, like...
It's gonna happen to this ship
like
on Tuesday.
Like the likelihood, like, you really don't want the smoke, bro.
Yeah.
You really don't.
Even though we
but that's why I even say this shit, like, now, with, like, all these motherfuckers talking about all this shit, like, you really don't want it with us, man.
But I heard something to where, like, Iran... Who are they allies?
I don't know. Probably other... I would assume other Middle Eastern nations.
Do they have Russia or China under their belt? Or Korea?
I don't think so. I think they're their own thing, man. What type of governments do they even have? I don't even know. I don't think they're communists. Is it like a dictatorship? Like, what's the deal?
I was about to say, I thought it was a dictatorship. Hold on. Let's look it up. Okay. I'm looking up the allies. Iran could find allies in Arab world comprising Syria, Libya,
So
Kuwait, and Iraq.
other Middle Eastern countries.
Yeah. I don't know.
Your
Why.
allies don't scare me, bro.
Now, if you start talking about
You know what I'm
Russia,
saying?
China,
Oh, I would be afraid.
I'm like, bro,
I
you
would be
don't
like-
gotta call me back in. I got
I'd
a
be
broken
like-
leg.
yeah.
I'm pregnant. I don't even know how I got pregnant. I'm a male.
Yeah, it is so funny that you did that voice, dude.
Yeah.
That voice. Oh my god, dude.
Shout out to the homie.
That voice has been going for years.
Yeah. I
what
think
type
old
of
boy still
government?
locked up.
Is it
I don't know. I gotta
dark?
find out
Really dark.
somehow.
You still talk to his homeboy, right?
Squall?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was with Squall Christmas Day. We gave out clothes to the homeless.
Oh, no
Christmas
shit.
morning.
Word,
Yeah.
Where he live at?
Silver Spring, DC.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
okay.
he right there in DC.
Oh,
like
word.
DC is right there. Like
Yeah, word.
5 minutes away. So
You like DC or not really?
as an adult,
Yeah.
and this goes for Baltimore.
Yeah.
So in the 90s, Baltimore, DC, well, 80s, DC was bad. 90s, Baltimore was bad. And I think in the 90s, DC was bad as well because the big crack epidemic. We had Rayful Edmond out there.
Is that in the 90s?
80s.
Oh, the 80s. Yeah,
80s, Rayful
that's-
Edmond
yeah.
ran fucking DC,
yeah, that's
man.
crack epidemic.
Yeah,
time,
so-
prime time.
90s, I was young.
Yeah. It's post crack epidemic time.
Yeah, so you still felt the heat.
Oh,
so
I think you can still see it now.
yeah, you can still see it
cities like
now,
that.
but with me being an adult, and
Even
like,
in Newark and Patterson, you can see it.
oh for real,
Post, like the effects of like the crack epidemic. I think it's still visible now.
so it's like, so I've grown to love. So like I always battle with this. So what I mean by this, of course, I think a lot of my military friends can understand. Is just like when you first join the military, you get brainwashed.
Totally.
And you get brainwashed in the fact of like you always get told, well, none of your friends ain't doing nothing. They on the block still doing the same damn thing. So you keep on hearing that. That's all. That's literally what I thought. And like I despise some of my friends. I'm like, you ain't doing this shit. I'm doing this. And then I got older. I'm like, yo, they just haven't found their way yet. Like everybody
Yeah.
doesn't go to college and
Yeah.
can still have a high paying job. It may take
Yeah.
longer, but it is what it is. College takes time.
Everybody wasn't afforded the same game that you were afforded.
Yeah. So, you know,
Or like just afforded the game that you were afforded because of like one decision that you made.
exactly.
Like that one decision could be like you just joined the military, so like you got a bunch of information that like none of these people got.
Exactly. So at first, when I first joined, I'm like, I ain't doing nothing. And I kind of.
That is what they say though. It's true.
Yeah.
They
You
do.
still
all
sagging your
all
pants
them
on
do
the
say
block.
it. So
And I'm like, so I kind of despise
it's true
it.
to a degree,
It's true to a degree.
but it's not as extreme as they make it sound.
There we go.
Yeah.
So I despise some friends, and then but as I got older, I'm like, yo, they were just finding their way. Like
Yep.
they just find it. I can't hold them to that same level because they didn't make the
military
same
makes
sacrifice.
you grow up faster.
Yeah, it does.
So I mean, you know, you're 29, but you were in the military kicking it and being schooled by a bunch of people that were a lot older than you at that time. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know, you're very precocious and, you know, just a lot more like in general, like wise beyond your years. So I mean, yeah, you're 29, but realistically you probably have like a mentality of maybe like somebody who's in their mid 30s, maybe late 30s.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
I've grown to love
Or like
Baltimore.
just experience.
Yeah, so I've grown to love Baltimore. Now I'm able to see it for myself
Yeah.
and like experience different things. Cause like growing up in it, just hear all these crimes, just seeing all this other shit. And I'm like, oh my god.
Well,
it's
leaving
crazy.
definitely makes you appreciate your own place more. Like
Yeah.
leaving, like, because I'd never lived in Jersey till I was 14, but my whole family's from here.
Yeah,
And when I first moved to Jersey from England, I fucking hated it here.
Mm.
Like my first 2 years, I hated every day of it here.
Yeah.
Miserable here.
all
But when I joined the military, and started, coming into contact with all these other people and all these people from all these different places, I was like, yo, Jersey is the shit.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, all these other motherfuckers are whack. Like, I don't fuck with their vibes at all.
Yeah.
Like, I fuck with the vibes here, and that's what I fuck with. Like, I don't, like, bro, when I started meeting people from, like, California and shit, I was like, oh my God. Like, I don't understand what is going on.
that
out
Cali
there.
sway. We had the one.
I just don't get it.
One coworker from Cali.
You know what, man?
Was he from Cali?
Which one?
I hated his signature. You
there's
know what I'm talking about?
There's a few of them from California.
He had a crazy signature. He
Perkins from California.
No, male.
Ill. He's from California.
Illamendi?
Yeah.
I fucking hated the way he used to sign shit.
That kid Thrasher is from California.
Oh, I got Thrasher on Facebook. Yeah.
He's from Sacramento, I think.
Yeah.
Who else from California?
Shout out to all y'all.
Yeah, no, I mean, I went to LA or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of shit I don't like about it, but there's shit that I like about it.
Yeah.
I understand it a little bit more now.
Yeah.
Like just the vibe of it. But it's still no way for me.
Yeah.
Like but I tell you what, man, the weather. Oh my God, dude. It's fucking beautiful there.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Dude, just like 70 degrees, like midwinter, bro. Jeez.
Love it.
Shit is sick.
That's how it was in Hawaii.
You're escaping this fucking tundra out here, bro. Oh my.
That's how it was when I was stationed in Hawaii. I'm like, what? Gotta wear a coat, a North Face jacket for what?
Bro. Yeah, that shit is amazing.
Yeah.
That shit makes me miss Sicily badly, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Because it was always hot, but the crazy part is from the base, you could see the volcano with the snow on it. Yeah.
But bro, I mean, it's the coldest it was getting was what, like low 40s.
Yeah, and that's ain't shit.
Fucking
Yeah.
ain't nothing, bro.
Yeah.
So compared to out here, I'd be getting like -4, and you're just hating life.
Fuck that! You gotta warm up your car. It's like, what the fuck is this?
You gotta scratch all the ice off it and shit, dude. Shit is for the birds, bro. That shit alone is like why I don't want a car.
Yeah.
I hate having a car.
Shit, me too.
I do not want a car.
So
I could live in a place where I just work there, take the train, or take the bus there.
Yeah.
That shit is
That's
for me,
it.
dude.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yep.
So have you, in a sense, acclimated to the whole civilian life?
Totally. I think so.
Altogether.
I think so.
Yeah.
Other people would probably say no.
Other
Like
people
my
around you?
my girlfriend might tell you differently.
Cause she met you right when you got out. So
pretty soon after.
yeah.
I think probably I'd only been out maybe I think a year and some change.
I mean, you could talk.
Yeah,
You know.
3 months, fucker.
Was it?
Damn.
You got out in January. I met you in April. Okay, January, February, March, April. It's 3 months.
I switched up my years. Whatever. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, not that long, I guess, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think so.
Yeah.
From
where you were tonight.
well, because even like, so I went to Vegas in I think June of this year.
Yeah.
And I saw like all the homies from Sicily.
Y'all was clean. I seen that.
Yeah, my whole that was like my main squad, bro.
Yeah.
Like that was my crew of people, bro. And which was legendary, bro. That was the funnest time ever. And we didn't do shit. Yeah. Like we didn't do none of the things that you're supposed to do there.
Yeah.
Like we literally just sat around and boozed and just like talk shit. That was it, dude. And it was the best. I had so much fun. But I think from talking to them, because most of them, like I had been out the longest in comparison to all of them. So like most of them are out now. Some of them are still in. Like my friend Scorpio, like he's still in, and Hemingway, he's still in.
Scorpio Black.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and Hemingway, he's in Japan now, and then Scorpio's in he's in Lemoore in fucking California.
Oh shit.
It's like in the middle of nowhere. It's like near it's like 4 hours away from Fresno. That's like the closest city to it. It's fucking garbage station. But I think from seeing them and speaking to them, I kind of realized like, damn, like you have been out for a minute because like they're talking about shit that like is so like far removed, like from your memory even, or like shit that you don't even know what it is, like because it's like new shit that's happened like since I've been out. So I think kind of being around them made me realize like, damn, you've been out for a minute, but at the same time, it's like, it's just like like there's certain shit that just doesn't like leave your mind, like leave your memory. So.
Has any of them talked about like the post veteran struggle?
Yeah, I think all of us have. I mean, because most of us from that crew of people, like my main crew of people was like 10 people.
Okay.
That we're all like close, like we're all in the group chat still, and we all still talk to each other like frequently, and like I think there's only maybe 2 or 3 people that are still in. Which is crazy. Yeah. Like out of all, like it just goes to show, I guess, like poor retention rate at the time.
Yeah, exactly. Shit now.
Yeah, but yeah, I think a lot of us have talked and shared like about struggles, but I think most of us have done pretty well. I think there's been some dark times for some of us, like as there is for most, like when you make that big of a change. Yeah. But I think most of us. No one that I was like really good friends with like that, especially none of those guys, man. I mean, none of them are stupid dudes, man. Like they're like smart people. So I mean, it's like
just finding your way in a different environment.
So I mean, I know one of my friends like had a good job, and then I guess lost that job, but he's like back doing well now. So I mean, it's like things like that, you know. Yeah. Like me, it took me a while to get that job. That first, like, proper job, like, out. Like, it took me probably, I think, like, 9-10 months, which is a long time.
Yeah.
Out. To just be, like, out, like, just doing whatever and not really having a plan or, like, you know, all that. But you find your way, man, if you, like, have a decent head on your shoulders, man.
Yeah. So. I mean, it's programs out here, so like, with me being out, it's been what? A year and about like 2 to 3 months?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they give
struggle.
They give you a lot of information before you leave. You
sometimes it's just too overwhelming.
It is. No. But like at the same time, like some of it will stick and some of it will, you know, get you out of a jam.
Yeah.
You know. So
some of it, like, so for me, like, what I noticed, because we was talking about interviewing earlier, so, like, I got out, wasn't working, of course, and then, like, I started, like, applying for jobs. So I was going through 2 struggles. So, like, I would apply for administration jobs.
Yeah.
Mind you, their qualifications would just be 1 year experience, graduate high school. I'm like, oh, got my degree, supersede this. Yeah. I applied for like 6 hospital administration jobs.
Overqualified.
Next thing, they wouldn't tell me that. Yeah. They're just, you know, disqualified. I remember I got 4 emails one day from the same hospital.
Saying what?
I was disqualified. So I emailed. I was like, I need somebody to call me. I feel as though I'm qualified. I supersede your qualifications. What's going on? As you know, the lady called me. She was like, yeah, my manager told me to call you. I'm like, huh? Who is this first? Like, you didn't even greet yourself. Like what's going on? So, you know, I started talking to her. I was like, look, you know, I just got out. I'm looking at your qualifications, which is a sentence. I'm not understanding what's going on.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, you know, I don't normally do this, but let me look at your resume. I'm like, all right, cool. She was like, well, you know, nothing on your application says that administration. I'm like, bitch, I wrote memos. Administration is all postal.
Yeah.
Like, how can you not?
Yeah.
Then, you know, I ain't say the B word, of course. I apologize for anybody that, you know, for all my feminists out there. You gonna go to war, too, if this shit pop off, so. But, so, you know, we went through it, and she's like, well, it looks like you job hop. And I'm like, job hop? What? I was like, I just got out. I did 9 years. She's like, well.
In the same job.
In the same job, right?
Just in different places.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, you only worked at Bill Bateman's. Mind you, Bill Bateman's my first legit job in 2008. This is like a year. Then right after that, I transferred to the military.
Yeah.
She's like, well, you job hop from Bill Bateman's and you did the military and then you only did Amazon for 3 months. I'm like, what?
They're telling you job hop from that?
Yeah.
That's madness.
Yeah.
I think they're
like,
probably just dumb.
I was like,
'Cause that's stupid.
I don't understand. Like, you
And
don't
you know what's even dumber is that in this day and age, everyone job hops.
Exactly.
Everyone.
Exactly.
So, I mean, one of the things, and this is game, right?
Mm-hmm. I'll spit that game.
One of the things that one of my teachers told me, because I was working for one of my teachers when I first got
I
out.
remember in the last podcast.
And he told me that, you know.
Thank you for the Tito's.
Yeah, unless, if you're working a job and if you haven't gotten, you know, promoted or gotten a raise in, you know, a 3-year time span, then it's time for you to go. So you got to go. Do not spend or put any more time in than 3 years at a place if they're not promoting you or if they're not giving you raises.
Damn.
So, and that's my mentality going into this. So if
I mean, it makes sense though.
if a place is not prepared to either pay me more money each year or promote me, then I'm out.
I want both.
So
not each year for promotion.
I'm at more of a stage right now where I want the promotion more than the money. The money will come.
Yeah.
But right now is what I need is
the title.
Is the title.
Yeah.
To get that next job that's gonna pay me the more money.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm more concerned about now. I'm not concerned about the money as much right now.
Yeah. See.
Because it's a game.
Oh yeah.
So
it's just holding.
I'm definitely more worried about that title than that money right now.
So I will say, shout out to Hire for Heroes. They helped me out as far as like doing my resume.
Oh, that's good.
They helped me out. So once they organized all my stuff, because I had a resume, but that shit was bullshit. Now I look back on it. But once I look back on it, I keep all my resumes, so I can see the growth in them.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good idea.
Yeah, so I've seen that, and then I posted on LinkedIn, and then I work now in the mental health community. Woof. Woo. But I work in administration, so the civilian community is very different. So when I say interviews, so I've been on a number of interviews. I don't struggle in talking.
Yeah.
Like, I do not struggle in talking. I do struggle in when they say define the time you did X, Y, and Z. And the only reason why I struggle in that is because I've done so much.
Yeah.
To where it's like, what story would be that popping story? Yeah. So I'm like, did they want to hear this one?
Yeah.
Or was it this one? Or did I find... So it's like, that was what I found so hard to do. And the second thing I found so hard was that I found myself, when I would be interviewing, it was always a yes. Like, I would never really stand up for myself. Yeah. I always felt as though I'm talking to, like, the CEO of the Sergeant Majors. Right. Like, they telling me they taking orders. Right. So I'm like, yes, okay. Mission. And it's not... I'm not... doing what's more beneficial for me, and of course in the civilian community it's what's beneficial for you and not it's like an agreement versus the military. It's like, bitch, I'm gonna tell you to do this, you're gonna do this, and that's it. And I was like, fuck.
You're in more of you're in a stronger position than you think you are as a civilian applying for a job. But it's like, especially like what I was saying to you before we started recording, it's like what am I trying to say? Like, especially like when you already have a job, it's like that much easier to go and apply for other jobs once you already have a job.
Because it's
like you don't you're not. It's not like you're relying on like getting that job for the money, because you're not like paying the bills or any of that. Like, once you're in that position where you already have a job and you're looking for another job, like, you have all the cards, man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, once you're in that type of position, like, you should be going into interviews like, what do you have to offer me? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna do for me?
Yeah.
So that's the way that I think about it anyway.
I don't see how
They
people
got
get
all the money,
Yeah.
you know? I don't got the money. They got the money. So, like, what are you gonna do for me? How are you gonna help me?
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I look at it anyway, man.
I don't see how people get stuck at jobs for like X amount of years and
Comfortableness. Just being too comfortable, not wanting to leave their comfort zone.
but I just get so irritated. Like,
Yeah, but it'll be easier. It'll be very easy for you to transition from job to job, just because that's what you've already been doing anyway.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it'll be easy for you to be like, okay, this place is not doing what they need to be doing for me at this point. It's time to look elsewhere.
Mhm.
Like, you'll know, and you'll be able to do that with ease in comparison to other people, because other people have not done that. Like, where I work, man, I mean, you know, a lot of those people have been working there for a really long time. I think that they would struggle more to go from place to place in comparison to someone like me who's been moving from place to place my entire life.
yeah.
So, and you've been doing it for a good portion of your life as well. So, I mean,
Exactly.
that's not going to affect you.
And acquiring like
So.
different jobs within, even though like the post office was my main job.
It's the same realm,
yeah,
but you're doing different things,
mm-hmm.
like, at each place, and each place is a little bit different.
And I had
so.
different billets, and I'm dealing with different people, so it's just like
Especially when you went to SIG, because you're dealing with Navy people. And
yeah. So I'm
Marines.
cross branching
yeah.
at that point.
Yeah.
I miss SIG. Shout out to
Yeah.
SIG. Shout out to everybody in
Shout out
SIG.
to SIG. Shout out to all the homies from SIG.
Yeah. Shout out
Miss
to
you guys,
goddamn
man.
Days In.
Yeah.
Gotta take that taxi cab to the little strip club.
Tremors and that.
Yeah, get one drink to take you back to base.
Those were the vibes, bro. Those were the vibes.
Yeah, man.
Good times. One of my homies is living back there.
For real?
Yeah, he work at NavSub HQ.
Oh,
Swear to God.
man.
Yeah, he's a GS.
Oh,
He's like a GS 13.
damn.
12, 13. He got out as the E5. He got that job. Yeah, man.
What?
Yeah,
He got a degree?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking for them.
He's older anyway. He's like, he's not really that much older. I think he's like 30 or 31.
Okay.
But he joined later.
God,
Like, he came,
so it's
like
a
he
Smith.
joined. He joined when he was like 25 or 26.
Yeah, so I think Smith joined around that time frame too.
And he did some weird shit. Like, he was in Sicily for like 5 years, like, in the Navy, like, because he like got married like late, like, into his time there. So he was like able to like extend it to, like, he did his whole, like, 'cause he was under a 5-year contract. So he did his whole 5 years over there, which is great.
See, I love the branches of service like Army,
like how
Navy,
different it is.
Air Force, to where
Air Force is the best.
they
gotta
can
be
just
the
like,
best.
in a sense, homestay.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, they can homestay.
The Air Force is amazing.
yeah.
If I could join the Air Force,
The goddamn
I
chair
would've-
force.
I would have joined the Air Force.
Yeah,
bro.
me and you both, man.
Yeah, dude.
But it's like, I'm like, damn, you know, would I have taken it for granted if I'd have joined?
I don't know.
Yeah. Like, being so young at the time, young and
You definitely
quote,
don't.
unquote, reckless.
You definitely don't appreciate things
Yeah.
the same way. So, like, I mean, dude, I think about it, like, shit like that now. I'm like, I didn't appreciate shit the way that I would now.
Yeah, so I think that's why, like, when I got older in my career of being in the Marines, I was like, I think it's time for me to change because we're not seeing eye to eye on what I want to do. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I think it's time to join the Army. Get out and go to the Army. So, yeah. And then the update with that, I know a lot of people ask.
Yeah,
yeah,
I want to know.
So, maps.
Yeah.
What's the last thing I told you about it?
The last thing that you told me was that you were, like, waiting for some, like, documentation to come back from, like, your recruiter.
So I'm still waiting.
Oh.
Not on that documentation, so I guess to add more context, because I don't know if we talked about it or text about it or what, but what was it? recruiter hit me up. So the military, right? So it's the Army and then it's MEPS.
Yep.
I already had my interview for the Army from almost a year ago.
Yeah.
They already accepted me in.
Right.
MEPS is, of course, people that don't know, it's the physical portion of it.
Right.
I blew my knee out. I tore my ACL.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. I tore my ACL right before I got out, right? So they wanted all this paperwork.
Right.
Of course, I'm the paperwork king.
Right.
I keep everything.
Right.
Gave it all to him.
Yeah, wouldn't that just be included in like your medical records?
Exactly. But with me doing physical therapy is off base, so that's not included in the records.
Oh my God.
Yes. So
Jesus
right
Christ.
when I had to go out to the funeral, they's like, well, we need all your like physical therapy
Records
paperwork.
from your private civilian physical therapy.
Yeah. So I'm like, fuck. Had to call down there, everything situated. Of course, we both work in technically the medical field, so I already know how to operate. So I already know the terminology to use to get it expedited.
Right.
They like, well, if your recruiter do it, it'd be faster than you doing it. Because I had to do it in person.
Right.
I was like, I'm not coming down to Albany, Georgia for no damn records, yo.
Yeah.
So, had the recruiter do it. He does it, comes back in a couple of days. Had a family situation, so I had to postpone that. So when I came back, I was like,
I can't even believe that was like made like such an issue though. I mean, I can, but like, I'm just surprised, I guess. Like,
oh, you don't know another thing was made an issue, right? So for that paperwork that I'm talking about,
Yeah.
I had to go to the hospital and get an updated physical.
what?
Yes. Yes. The paperwork I'm talking about, I had to get an updated physical. So
When was the most recent one you'd had?
right before I got out.
Yeah, they always do one right before you get out.
Yeah, right before I got out.
So, how long had that been at that point when they told you that they needed another physical from you?
Like a year, almost a year
But they're
and a
good.
half.
But the physicals are good for like a year, at least.
I don't know. Mind you, so they wanted that. Prior to that, I had a no-shave chip. I was in for 9 years, right?
Yeah.
I probably had...
I mean, I know that the Navy. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but
Yeah.
I know that the Navy had like been like they're getting rid of like permanent no shave shits.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's at now, but it's like, how are they doing that? How can they really do that?
I don't know. So I had a no-shave chip. I was in for 9 years.
Yeah.
But mind you, I probably had it for like a handful of times. Like, it
Yeah.
wasn't like a constant battle. And for those that are in that read the order, it's based on levels. Like
Yeah.
a 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think 4 is like the craziest. That's when your face look like a Nestle Crunch bar.
Yeah,
And then 1 is just... I was at a 1.
yeah,
So I would get it kind of because I could, you know?
yeah. Of
And
course.
then
Yeah.
that's it. I would never go back. They's like, well, you need to get cleared. So I had to go to the hospital again to get a note saying, yes,
Hey, you don't have to shave.
that I can shave properly and it doesn't affect my gear.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
man.
bro.
So I had to go
Jesus
twice to the
Christ.
hospital to get all this stuff situated.
I can't believe that that's like the type of shit that they were like stressing over for you to get back in.
So I
Like-
wound up talking to the
Like,
homie.
you can deal with that.
yeah,
like,
exactly.
when you're in, because isn't it? But I'm saying for this recruiter, like, isn't
It's a
this-
money issue. It's
isn't
not
this-
even him.
But isn't this like another number for him? Like, isn't this good for? Like, I feel like you walking into his office would be like fucking easy day.
I thought
You know
so
what I mean?
too.
Like, it would just be like, oh my God, this is the easiest number I'm ever gonna get.
No NJPs.
Yeah.
Immaculate
I mean,
record.
yeah.
You can see my last 3 fit reps.
Yeah, I mean,
Immaculate.
Yeah,
Nothing, man.
like,
But I was talking to one of the homies. He worked at the Pentagon.
yeah,
He was telling me, like, yo, because he was like, yo, what's going on with your shit? And I told him about the whole no shave thing. And he was like, yo, they just came out with the order, or they producing the order to where it's like, yo, they trying to see if, because it's a money situation with the whole laser treatment. Because if you have a no shave shit, what they trying to route you to do is a laser treatment.
Oh yeah, I
point
heard
blank.
about that too.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
with my leg, I'm like, okay, I can see the leg, so
Yo, I swear to God, bro, our government is so fucking stupid.
yeah.
All of that shit is so stupid. You want to know why? Because why can't we just grow facial hair? Why? If you can grow facial hair, if you can grow a full proper beard,
Because they
why?
said,
Why aren't you
with your
allowed to
gas
have
mask,
it? That's
if
bullshit, bro.
it breaks
It's
the
bullshit.
seal or something like that.
Have you ever worn a gas mask?
Yeah, I wear one every year.
When?
Not a SIG because y'all don't have the training regimen for it. But when I was at the Marine Corps station, except for Albany, so damn. So the past 8 years,
It's a joke.
Yeah,
It's a fucking joke. Like, other militaries are allowed to keep facial hair. And and as long as it's maintained. Like, for example, in the Royal Navy, they can put in a request to grow a beard. Which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Like, just because we can't do that, you know?
Yeah.
They put in a request to grow a beard. They get 2 weeks. If you can grow a full proper beard within 2 weeks, then you can keep it. And you have to make sure that on your ID, like, it's taken with the picture, like, you have the beard in the picture.
Yeah.
And you can't shave it after that. Like, you have to maintain it and just keep it proper and trimmed and all that.
Oh shit.
And they can keep it. You're telling me they don't have to do, like, the same type of shit on the ship that we do? Like, training-wise?
Probably more intense sometimes.
Like, I'm sure, like, you can't have, like, a fucking ZZ Top beard down to your dick.
Yeah.
Like, but fucking... But, like...
Ain't trying to have no goddamn Rick Ross
yeah,
type
exactly.
shit. Yeah.
But, like, what? You can't just have, like, the 1.5, like, beard?
Goddamn Humble the Poet type
Yeah,
beard.
come on, man.
Yeah.
Shit is stupid, dude.
Yeah,
You know how many more people will probably stay in even just because of that? Swear to God.
The retention rate in the military would be so much higher for a lot of fucking things. If we
Dude, if they just made small adjustments.
Yeah.
Small adjustments.
And I would just even say because it's
Oh my
branch
God,
by branch.
dude.
But
I'm sorry to cut you, but
yeah.
you heard about this, like, because most of the states have changed the smoking age.
Oh yeah, so what is that?
People are getting NJP'd for underage smoking, bro.
So I'm sharing stuff and I don't even know what it means.
Fucking crazy, bro?
Educate me. What's going on?
Underage smoking, dude.
What's the age limit?
21.
So they matched it to drinking.
Yes, in a lot of states, and I guess the military did too. On
the federal level,
I just seen some. I guess
I share stuff, and sometimes I don't be knowing.
I don't know if it's. I mean, I would assume that it's real because I don't know why all these people would be saying all this shit on Facebook about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going off Facebook news, so I guess that's not the best place to be getting my knowledge. But I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't. Does that fucking surprise you? People sitting in front of the captain for fucking underage smoking? That doesn't surprise me one bit.
Oh, they gonna be getting people left and right. I already
Which
know
is
that.
trash.
They gonna be getting
Which
people
is
left.
fucking
But
trash.
that's crazy because for them to pass on the federal level, so when we start talking about money, right?
I think that for the military, dude, they just need to make it for that. For if you're in the military, you can drink and you can smoke.
Yeah.
Because why, like, when I'm in SIG and because the drinking age in Italy is whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
I'm 19 over there and I can drink all the fuck I want.
So I was about to ask that. So when it's on the federal level,
Yeah.
you still have to abide by that when you're a federal employee, correct?
Correct.
But so is drinking
Unless you're stationed in a place where the drinking age is not that, then it's left to the discretion of the captain of the base.
Okay, all right, got it.
So in places like that,
Mhm.
they allow people that are technically underage to drink because they think that it's going to be more of a problem if they make it like so that you can't. Because think about it, like, what? You're going to tell me that I can't fucking drink, but I can just leave the base and go get wasted?
Yeah.
Like, you're just creating so much more problems for yourself.
Well, you creating problems with that as far as like belligerence and acting out, but also an aspect of like it's no revenue or money.
No.
And that's where I was trying to. I'm about to go at with this.
Oh, like with the shit they're selling on the base.
Yeah, shit they selling on base,
yeah, totally.
and then also out in town because we all know.
Yep.
Bases love to keep that community relations.
Yep.
And whatnot. So it's like when we go back,
because we're a part of the economy.
Yeah,
there.
we are a huge part of the economy.
Yeah, totally.
Huge part.
Especially think about in places like Sicily where the economy is not good.
Oh yeah.
They need us there.
I'm fucking dropping euros.
If we left there tomorrow, bro, the economy in Catania and surrounding areas would plummet.
Shit, and a lot of American states
Yeah,
as
man.
well.
Oh yeah, bro, plummet. It'd be in the fucking toilet, man.
Goddamn car dealerships.
Well, because I mean, also
hotels.
like I've talked to because my girlfriend her whole family's her mother's side of the family is all from Sicily. So like,
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did talk about that before.
Yeah, her.
Shout out to Sid.
Yeah, shout out Sicily.
Catania.
Her mother's from.
What's the zip code out there?
Huh?
I mean, not zip code. What's the area code out there? +1646. I don't know.
No, it's +39.
Oh, it is +39.
Yeah, it's +39.
I wish I could still have my old phone from out there.
I think I still have like subscriptions, like accounts that still have that number on there.
Vodafone.
Like,
Shout out to Vodafone.
Yeah, my Vodafone number.
Shout out to the chicken spot.
I fuck with Vodafone.
Shout out to El Cantonere, the all you can drink
Ooh,
wine spot. Yeah.
Vibes. So much vibes out there, man. But yeah, her mother's from Mondella, like Mondella Beach near Palermo.
Oh.
Yeah, it's mad.
That's crazy.
And her
Meant to be.
her uncle has a house in Sheffield. Yeah, it's madness.
You speak Italian?
No, her family does though.
Oh.
Yeah. She understands it, a lot of it, but she doesn't like speak it.
I think it'd probably be gibberish to me now, like being so far away from it,
Yeah,
far removed. Like I remember I could speak it, order from it with no problem, but being so far removed because like I realized coming back to the States, we have so many different dialects, and I'm like, I never fucking realized that.
Yeah, you think about it when you come back.
Yeah, I'm like, I cannot. Like when I first got stationed in Albany, Georgia.
Oh man,
I was like, I cannot understand. Like, I know you're speaking English.
Did you like it down there? You seemed like you liked it down there.
In the aspect,
it's a different vibe.
In the aspect of what?
Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, from like it seemed like from like social media, it just seemed like you liked it down there.
So I grew.
Did you fuck with like almost like the black Southern culture down there?
So
Because that's like a whole different type of culture there.
Yeah,
that like you can't really, I feel like, get anywhere else.
So I grew and then I realized a lot of things. So I grew as an individual to the. That's why I started getting real serious in life. To where it's
What do you mean?
Like I was talking about being into the stock market when I was like 20, 21. I just, mind you, the people I were around weren't in it.
Yeah.
The resources, like the military, they had resources for it, but they couldn't, I guess, by law or by like policies, they couldn't give me like the knowledge I really wanted from it.
Right.
So it was just like, I couldn't really indulge. So like, I got into the stock market that I always wanted to do. I wound up going to school. Well, I was going to school in Italy or whatnot. But
I think you're still going to UMUC, right?
Yeah, I'm still going to UMUC. So I wanted to finish my degree out there. I wasn't partying as much, but I could just like, I don't know, like, it's different. I did like it, and plus,
I think throughout your military career, you got a lot of completely different vibes.
I did.
You know?
Yeah, it was different aspects in life because it's
really think about it?
A 3 to 4 year time frame.
Yeah.
So from 18 to what?
You were
21.
You went Hawaii, SIG, Georgia.
Yeah.
Those are your 3 spots, right?
Correct. Yeah. Afghanistan in between. Yeah. So Hawaii 18 to what? 21, 22.
Yeah. How many years were you in Hawaii? 3 years. Or
3 to 4. Yeah.
And then you were in SIG for what? 2.
3, 6, 9. Yeah. It was 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you were in SIG for 3 years?
Yeah. 3 and some change.
No.
2.5.
It's 2.5. Because it got cut short. It was supposed to be 3.
Fuck them bitches.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Rude.
Rude as fuck.
I remember I was pissed when I fucking found out that you had to leave early. I was so mad.
Yeah. But I would just say with just all different aspects in life, but as I reflect, it's growing. It was me growing. So it was like Hawaii was like my partying aspect. But towards the end of me leaving Hawaii, I was done partying. Like, it was just too much. I'm done sleeping with all these women.
Yeah.
Like, it was just, I already know the game. Like,
Yeah.
it is what it is. Sick. And got there. I'm in leadership at this point. I'm what, 22, 23-ish? I'm in leadership. Oh, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But it's just like, hey, I gotta make it do what it do. And I still gotta make myself promotable to these other people. That's yeah.
Yeah.
And then Albany, it's like, all right, I don't
You picked up Sergeant there, right? At the very tail end, right?
No, I picked up Sergeant
In Georgia?
Yeah, in Georgia. Not the tail end.
But like, if you picked up Sergeant in Georgia, it must have been like soon. From when
Yes,
you got
like
there.
yeah, I got there, but they tried to hold my promotion up.
Why?
Due to the fact of they was like, well, you haven't shot on the range. I'm like,
Oh my god, bro. See, this is the dumb
the
Marine
dumb
shit.
politics. Yeah.
Oh my god, bro.
So
Like,
so my job would just make
bro,
up a
think
date.
about if you were in the Navy or the Air Force, how quickly you would have picked up rank.
I'd have picked up rank quick. That
Mad quick.
was one of the reasons. That was a lot of reasons were like, yo, I need to get out, like
Yeah.
all that other shit. But overall, be all. Georgia, I liked it because all the stuff that, like, were like quick ideas in my head that I wanted to do, I actually accomplished them.
Yeah.
And it made me a better individual. So I was like, you know,
Right.
I don't need to party every night. Like,
No.
I came to the aspect of like, I can.
I think almost because you got to that place and there's like not a lot going on, so it probably gave you the ability to just like focus, you know?
Yeah. So I
So,
could go out on the Thursday
yeah.
and be good for the rest of the week.
Yeah, like there's not all
For happy
these-
hour.
There's
It'd be good.
less distractions, you know, which you need
Yeah.
at some point, you know.
Yeah. 'Cause
So
it's a small duty station.
yeah,
I don't like. Yeah, we still have parties and stuff like that.
yeah, but it's not the same like in comparison to like a Hawaii or a fucking
Sick.
Catania, Sicily.
Yeah, to where it's like you
So-
almost like you feel FOMO, fear
You know,
missing out.
every time there's a fucking 4-day weekend, you're like, oh shit, what place am I gonna go
Yeah,
to?
fucking Malta.
Oh,
yeah.
submit my out of bounds shit. Word, I'm
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, Malta's the shit.
Malta
I fucking
is the
love
shit.
Malta, bro.
Anytime people would be like,
Malta's the vibes.
they be like, yeah. So have you traveled? I'm like, yeah. Where have you been? I'm like, where have you been?
Yeah, oh, yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Then I started naming these countries. They was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, you bout it. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you never heard of these?
Yeah. I mean, Malta, I understand.
Yeah.
People not here enough.
Yeah.
Because Malta's tiny. You know.
It is.
But-
I love Malta.
But I mean, bro, like I've talked to people in England that don't know what Sicily is or where it is,
For
or
real?
that it's even
I mean,
like a part
yeah.
of Italy. So
It's like the
You know.
South. So, like, is it safe to say that, like, Sicily's like the dirty South of Italy?
yeah, kind of, yeah. Yeah.
Not in a dirty of meaning like a disrespectful.
But the way it's viewed
oh, for
in
real?
Italian
like
culture,
okay.
yeah, it is, yeah.
Because are they like the?
Well, because all the money in Italy is up north, in the north.
because of the whole tourists and
No, I think just historically, like all the money from like even probably like royalty and like things like that, like all the money has just always been up north.
well, Rome has always put Italy
Rome.
on the map, right?
Yeah, but
That's where everything happened.
Rome is technically southern Italy, though.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Because
but,
of Mason-Dixon line.
pretty much. Yeah, that pretty much is it. Honestly,
Oh,
like
shit.
there,
A lot
like
of people won't get
is,
that.
like fucking, like that's kind of because like Rome is like almost like right like in the middle. Like it's not in the middle of the country, but it's like in the middle, like it's like right, like where the cutoff point would be of like southern and northern Italy.
Oh,
But, like all the money is like in places like Tuscany and Milan and Venice and like all that shit. Like that's where all like the rich motherfuckers are.
Venice so small though.
Yeah, but they got money, dude.
You could go to Venice in a day.
Yeah, but if you like, have you been to Milan? Like in and around Milan? I've never like really gone in and like out in Milan.
I went to Florence and
But,
Pisa.
yeah, all that shit. They got money up there, dude. All that area up there is mad money.
I never knew that.
So yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, all the like the economy, like in the South and then in Sicily as well. It's a lot worse. It's less money. They're looked down upon, like from people in the North.
But they're the most authentic.
People in the North, even like, I mean, it's even just culturally completely different. I mean, in the North, in Italy, you can find people with, blonde hair and blue eyes that are Italian.
This is very true.
So,
and they olive, right?
And they look down on the people that have the dark skin and the dark hair.
It's the same as America.
Yeah. So.
Oh God.
Yeah. I mean, Italy's racist as shit.
Yeah.
Oh, super racist.
Considering how close we are.
I mean, it makes sense though. I mean, they were fascists.
Yeah.
And like they were like Mussolini's like whole movement was Hitler's blueprint. So, I mean, even to this day, like, for example, like with football matches, like I watch soccer, football, like a lot.
Yes.
Obviously.
When he talks about football, he's talking about soccer,
So,
not the NFL.
But like they have constant issue, like race issues, like from like players getting like racially abused by like fans and shit.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, that's an issue all throughout Europe and all different countries, even in England, like it happens. But
see, I thought like
Italy's a lot worse.
See, I thought overseas they really dealt with. Maybe it's just in India. I thought it was just like the caste system, and that was just based off the last name. Am I correct?
What, caste system?
Yeah.
Caste system in India is more based off like profession.
Okay.
So like if you,
would that be based off your name, right?
What do you mean?
Like your profession is like, I guess it was attached to your last name as like a family or something like that.
That might be. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm unaware about that. But I remember being taught about the caste system in primary school. And from what I was told, it's like if your father cleaned toilets, you would be clean toilets like when you grew up. And you could only ever clean toilets. Like you couldn't like do anything to like advance like your career. Like you could never own the company that cleaned toilets.
Damn.
Like things like that. So, and like you couldn't like marry out of your caste. So like if you were in like a certain class or caste in this case, like you could only marry within that particular group. So I'm sure there's like, if you're like a doctor, you could marry someone who's like from a family of like engineers.
Okay.
So like kind of equivalent like castes, I would think, like that.
But what if you wanted to join the military? What if your father cleaned toilets, but you wanted to join the military?
I don't know. No idea. No idea.
Yeah. What about would it be for women though? Like, or maybe the women?
I don't know.
So strict.
I mean, from my perspective, what it seems as if is that like women are like it's still more traditional in the fact that
more strict. They don't have no rights.
Well, pretty. I mean, traditional kind of. That is kind of like a slang word for not having rights, isn't it?
That is, man. Yeah. We gotta be honest.
I mean, it's true. Yeah, it's true. But I mean, from my perspective, I'm not sure. Obviously, I'm just saying from what I've seen, it seems as if they're kind of still their role is still more to like keep the house proper and.
You can't work, basically.
All of those types of things.
Crazy part is we talking about women.
But is it really though? Because like they fucking like I've met like a ton of like female Indian doctors.
I don't know.
So I don't really know.
I kind of
maybe it has to do with the cast. I don't know.
Probably.
Because I've talked to people, and I remember who was I talking to? I think I was talking to my boss actually, like the general manager where I work, and he was saying how. In India, caste system is technically like illegal, but it's still very prevalent. Like within society, it's just not spoken of. Like you see it, you see it, and it's there, and you can feel it, but
hey,
it's
bro,
just
what's
not
your last
talked
name?
about.
All right, no, we good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. It's just like when we talk about rights and like the America and all that other shit. Like, so a couple months ago. Probably almost a year ago. Remember when they was like the whole, like Alabama was talking about women that, the whole abortion shit, right?
Yeah.
I was like, yo, that's crazy. I was like, man, women do what y'all want to do. I did a podcast about it, and I was like, understand women have your rights, but I also say if a man is in your life, we ain't talking about all these other
Mm-hmm.
what ifs, but if the man is in your life, I feel as though that a man and woman should have the say. I think a man should have a say within that, right?
I agree.
Then,
Well, say as far as what?
if you want to keep it or not,
No,
because
I don't agree with that.
because also in the we talked about the Dave Chappelle special, right? It's
Yeah.
like, well, if she keeps it,
I agree with exactly what he said.
yeah. So it's
That's my exact opinion.
so it's the opposite. So if she keeps it, and you don't want it. It's my money.
You should be afforded the ability to bounce if you don't want to. If you don't want to take part.
With no repercussions.
Correct.
Okay, so why can't if I'm in the life, if I want to be in the life,
Yeah.
I should almost have a say. I don't know where it would go though, but I don't know. Like, I haven't thought that far deep into it.
What do you mean? Though?
Like if she like, well, you know, if she want to take it to court, and she's like, well, I don't want it. I'm like, well, I do want it.
Oh.
I don't know where to go after that. I just say I should just have a say. I ain't about to go way deep into it, but it's almost the opposite to where it's like, as a woman, you be like, well, I don't want it, and it's like, well, I don't want it. Where does it go?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's
Yeah,
one of
it's
those
crazy.
I think
It's
that's-
shaky, right?
I think that's one of those things that, like, due to the fact that it is the woman that's carrying the child,
Yeah.
they have all kind of say when it comes to whether they have the child or not.
Yeah.
But then for men, they have the ability to be there or not if they so choose.
Yeah, after the baby.
So I think those are the two separate things that you like. Like, a woman should have no ability to be like, oh, well, I'm having this child, so you have to stay or you have to pay me X amount of money.
Yeah.
And the man should not be like, oh, well, I want that child that you don't want, so you have, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you
Just give me the child.
you
Have it, then
like,
give it
you
to
have
me.
Your, you have your set,
Yeah.
like, boundary of what you can and cannot do.
Mm.
So you shouldn't be able to dictate either of the other person's,
Yeah.
like,
And then
things
I
that they
was,
can
where I
do.
was trying to go with this, I don't even know if this makes sense. We were just talking about like 5 minutes earlier.
hold up right here because I gotta go.
Yo, so I'm gonna stop the podcast right there. This is actually a 3-hour podcast. You know, me and my young lad Fisher the God. We always talk and always enjoy chatting it up with him, and we will kick it more. But I'm gonna end it off right there. I do want to shout out to everybody that listened to the podcast. I didn't put the notes up, but yo, for 2019, we did 18 podcasts and had 1,206 downloads. Hey, I appreciate y'all. I really didn't know that many people listen to it or download it, because I ain't really think that we actually talk about anything. But I appreciate y'all. Hopefully I could probably get out my shell and be more interactive on social media. But we'll see here and there. I do got some things cooking in the pot for y'all. But like I said, thank you for listening to this episode. More to come. Keep that same energy 2020 and beyond. UnpredictableThoughts2.com. Peace.